All right, let's get into what is probably the single most important decision your kickball team will ever make. And no, it's not about who your star player is. We're diving deep into the art and maybe the science of picking the absolute perfect team name.
So if I asked you what the hardest part of kickball is, you'd probably think it's the game itself, right? Nailing that perfect pitch or getting that epic game-winning kick. But you know what? The real challenge, it almost always happens before anyone even steps onto the field.
Yeah, it's the name. We've all been there, trapped in that never-ending group chat, just debating and arguing. The struggle to land on one name everyone likes is, well, it's very, very real.
But here's the thing. A great name is so much more than just a label you slap on a t-shirt. It's your team's whole identity. It sets the tone for the entire season, it builds that crucial team spirit, and it makes sure you're remembered long after the game is over.
So, how do you find that perfect name for your crew? Well, let's break down the main strategies. First up, we've got what I like to call playing it straight. This is for the teams that are all about the classics and all about winning.
The whole idea here is that these names are designed to, quote, inspire some friendly competition and maybe even intimidate the other teams. It's all about projecting strength and confidence from the second you arrive.
So, if your team's personality is focused, super competitive, and maybe just a little bit intimidating, this is your category. You're not just here for the fun of it, you're here for the glory.
And you can totally see that with names like Strike Force or Victory Vipers. They're simple, they're strong, and they send a really clear message. We came here to win.
But hey, what if winning isn't everything? Our next category, Getting Goofy, is for the teams that play for the laughs. These are the comedians of the kickball world.
This approach is all about trying to intimidate your opponents with wit. And think about it. Making the other team laugh right before you score a run, that's a serious power move.
The mindset here is completely different. For these teams, the real trophy is just having the most fun. If your team is more about cracking jokes than kicking home runs, this is definitely your lane.
And the names reflect that perfectly, don't they? Kickin' Chickens, Clumsy Champs. These names show you don't take yourselves too seriously, and honestly, that can be a surprisingly effective strategy.
Okay, moving on to our third style. This one's for all you movie buffs, gamers, and pop culture fans out there. This is where you can unite your team under the banner of a fandom you all share. You know, choosing a pop culture name is such a fantastic way to bond over a shared love for a movie, or a TV show, or maybe a video game. It's like an instant inside joke for your entire team.
And there are just so many great options. Whether you are siding with the Jedi Kicksters or you're ready to assemble the Avengers, these names are fun, they're relevant, and they're instantly recognizable.
All right, and for our final category, we're talking to the adult leagues. You know, the teams who know the post-game celebration is just as important as the game itself. Welcome to the After Hours collection.
I mean, let's be honest. A lot of adult kickball leagues, they often come with the side of post-game beers. If your team's best strategy is decided at the pub after the game, then these names are going to feel right at home. You've got classics like Beer Ballers and the cleverly self-deprecating Sober Stumblers. These names just set a fun, laid-back tone for any adult league out there.
So, we've covered the serious, the silly, the pop culture savvy, and the downright thirsty. But what does all this tell us? What's the ultimate lesson here in naming your team?
Ultimately, it really all comes down to team spirit. This isn't just about a funny or a cool name for a jersey. It's the first official act your team takes together. It's the first step you take in building that shared identity and creating those memories.
And this is exactly why there's no single best name. The perfect name, the right name, is the one that makes everyone on your team look at each other and just go, yeah, that's us. It has to capture your team's personality perfectly.
So whether you end up being the Victory Vipers or the Clumsy Champs, the name you choose is your story. It's your banner. So take these ideas, get your team together, and decide, who are you going to be out there on that field?